The Nigerian educational sector is facing a significant decline, having an influence on the quality of education and the future of the nation, although the Nigerian educational system is not beyond repair. In this episode, we address the far-reaching consequences of this decline, not only its effects on the individual students, but also on the nation at large.
There's a lot of distraction. We created that distraction for them. Learning is such a way that it can't go one way. Now children are left with their nannies. The system comes from the home. I don't want my 3 years old going to school till 4 o'clock. You can't pick a child and just start flogging the child. Things have changed. When we are growing up back in the days, is a single teacher can tell the entire school to keep quiet. Because a teacher have a voice and a face. The education system, as we know, the conventional way of going to school is going to a station. Schools have to do more in order to adapt to these kids. Let children be children at times.
Okay.
Greetings to you, my people. We don't come again and we welcome you to this Obonge episode of Unscripted Seat, where everything we will talk here, they unscripted, unfiltered, and we don't hide anything at all. Inside this episode of Unscripted Seat, I get a co-host with me here. They call her the Ankara Queen. They call her the Odogwu wife, the most beautiful of them all. Debby Billions. Greetings to you, Debby.
Greetings.
And also, Debby no day alone. We also get the Gen Z baddie, the baby girl for life. Also the most beautiful of them all. She's always glowing. She's always smiling. Never a dull moment with her. Right here with us in this episode is Z of The Good Life. Greetings to you, Z.
Hello, everybody.
And I also remain my wonderful and humble self, Edafe, Dmouthpiece, a.k.a. Utonwa, a.k.a. Shawarma Barbecue, a.k.a. any good thing you feel to call me. And I want to appreciate our wonderful sponsors, Ico Gas and Owawa Restaurant, for always supporting us.
We are not alone at the studio today.
Drum roll, drum roll, drum roll.
Yeah.
With us, we have a personality that we've been looking forward to having with us here. We have an educationist.
Wonderful.
We have a strong advocate against educational malpractices.
2.
We have a tutor, a mathematics guru.
Wow.
A disciplinarian.
Ah, okay.
A father figure to many people out there. We have with us Mr. Edafe Agbeyo, a.k.a. Uncle K.
Drum roll.
You're welcome, Uncle K.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much. First, I want to say a big thank you to all of you.
Thank you, too.
It's an honor to be here. I've been looking forward to this since you guys invited me last week. I was like, I want to be here. So congratulations.
So here
I'm
we
happy
have
to
it.
be here.
Thank you. Thanks for
Thank
honoring our
you.
invitation.
All right. So today we're going to talk about something really interesting. You heard me say education here and there. Now, in the education system, we have observed that there's a major decline.
Yeah.
Things are no longer the same. It used to be so good back then, our students are focused on their bookwork, students are studying, they are putting in their all, but now it's not the same anymore. Even the results are no longer the same. So obviously something has happened.
There's a clear difference.
There's a very, very clear
huge one at
difference,
that.
yes. We just want you to, tell us why this decline. Why is it that
education system.
in the education system, yes.
Before I go into answering your question, I have to first lay out two scenarios.
Okay.
One is, when you say just a decline,
Okay.
is a decline in the way children read, prepare for exam, or in terms of the general form of education?
The general
form of education.
Okay, because in that regard, I actually do not see much of a decline.
Okay.
In that regard. The reason being that, for you have to understand, we all come from different generations. You are from the older generation, I think, followed by
I'm the
you.
Gen Z.
They're the Gen Z. They're the Gen Z lady. Now, because we are from different environment, our learning skills are adapted to our environment.
Okay.
Yeah. So you see, for instance, I come from a generation where you have to read, go to secondary school, go to university, graduate, and go look for a job.
Okay.
Yeah, you also come from a older generation like that. Same thing with you. But as time goes on, the traditional education began to change. Things started to change.
Okay.
And if I want to start judging someone on my own environment, it's not a proper judgment in terms of like.
True.
I'll give you a scenario. Like back in the days, you go read accounting, become an accountant, and go and work in the bank. This takes probably about 5 years, 10. But you can actually have someone now of this generation go and study after secondary school, do a 3 months training on
Take
how
courses.
to become a banker.
Yes.
So you cannot say there's a decline if somebody is doing what he used to do for 5 years in 4 months. So you don't.
Word.
But when you look back at the traditional way we all went to school, there's a decline in that system.
Okay.
But at the same time, there is, how do I call it? An upgrade.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just as much as there's been a decline, there's also been an upgrade and an advancement.
So
Okay.
it depends on how we look at it. But if we look at it from our own perspective, then there's a major decline in the educational system.
Okay.
Yeah, that I agree.
So do you think that it's okay with the way things are now? Like you said, a student can go on a 4 months course and then gain that knowledge. Do you think this is a better way of practicing education, unlike the traditional methods we used to do during our time?
Most time they tell us anything that is too quick is dangerous. When the thing is too quick, sometimes they say it's very dangerous. Yeah, your generation is you
Because we like to do things as fast as possible.
Yeah.
And even if we do things that fast, we still bring out results. We produce results.
Yeah, you do.
Good results for that
But the
matter.
damage that follows at times.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll give you an example now with the traditional banking thing, which is we used to know as you go to the bank and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's easier because you have to be at the bank to make your payment. The new Gen Z, crypto and the rest, it can leave your phone. Billions can leave your phone. So you can
In the comfort of your home.
yeah, so there is a huge advantage that we have to harness to see how we can grow. But at the same time, there is also the disadvantages that follow.
Disadvantages.
So that is how it goes.
Okay. Interesting.
So, over time, I've not lived that long on Earth, but I can tell that there's been a slight decline in the scores of general exams like JAM and WAEC and all of this. I really want to know, why has that happened so far? Because in your own expert opinion right now, I want to know, why has that happened?
The factors are much. There are many factors. I want to focus more on the reading habit.
Okay.
Okay.
For you to pass any exam, the conventional, you have to read.
Yes.
True.
But one thing I don't hold too much against this new generation is I don't have much distraction in my time like they do now.
Oh, distractions.
That's
Have
true.
much distraction. So I want to for look at the excuses they give before we move on to
Their own fault
their
of
own
it.
fault. There is a lot of distraction, and when we are growing up back in the days, the first unit of learning is usually the family.
Yeah.
True.
That's where it comes from. And you will find out that most of our parents, we didn't have working father and working mother.
Yes.
We have one mom staying at
stays in the
home.
house.
Father works.
Yeah.
That
other
goes to
works.
work. Yeah. Now children are left with their nannies.
True.
They actually they live with their nannies. They have phone. They have mobile phones and stuff like that. So there's a lot of distraction that is not by their own making. We created that distraction for them. But generally, the reading culture is done in the sense that the society have not placed so much value now on education.
Reading
The
and
emphasis is
studying.
on you're going to be worthy, you're going to take off your family. How you get there now is no longer.
They don't care.
The results, no imputes.
Nobody, no child now wants to go through a system of after 5-6 years of school and he
Start looking for a
start
job.
looking for a job. You
Yes.
know how it goes. Yeah, and you start looking for a job. Whereas someone just comes out from nowhere, is driving a flashy castle, and society no longer how do I put the word? Society no longer see anything wrong with this. Ask questions. When value has gone, when value has dropped, so people no longer see reason to work hard. But the end point is not the
goal. Everybody's just thinking about what happens at the end, or what do I get at the end.
Yeah, if I am going to, for instance, I have children who are top of their classes. Right?
That's great.
They are top of their classes, but they are envious of their friends who are not in school.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That's what I'm telling you.
True.
Like they're envious of their friends
Who are not
So in
who are
other
not in
words-
school, who have the freedom to walk around and do things. So,
Wow. So they are envious of the fact that these children, they don't have to read now. Me, why am I?
Exactly.
These children, they
So
don't have to
why am I coming to
Why
school
am I
to
in
come
school?
and
Wow. Somebody tell me to close my mouth.
Close your mouth.
Nah. It's right because
It's quite sad.
they envy the freedom they see outside. They envy the freedom those won't get. So when they come to school, you see someone coming to school and say, they laugh at me for putting on uniform.
Yeah.
My friends, no one is putting on uniform again. So society have not. Back in the days, if you're a school dropout, you are.
Yes, you're a pariah. Nobody associates
everybody
with
was-
you.
everybody says uniform.
When you hear your mother tell you that boy don't drop out, you'll be like,
But now there is
You want to be a
there is a
dropout.
saying now that wait till you go to school. You
Where you go,
School na scam. That's the word.
scam, yeah. And you begin to ask yourself if truly what is the
What's the essence of
what is
going
the
to
essence
school?
of the whole
Why
thing.
why am I stressing myself?
That has actually made children begin to not see a reason to work hard, which is
It's sad.
it's the society we live in now.
It is well.
Yeah.
All right, so I have Googled you.
You should
You are the new spy of the
have
house.
done that. They
So,
should have-
so you are the
searched
new
you.
stalker.
Yeah, that's how I saw.
Okay, you are the new stalker.
And
Okay,
I
all
found
right.
out that you speak up when it comes to education. You have opinions,
Both
You're
online
really
and
loud
offline,
about them.
for sure.
Yes,
I am,
online
I
and
am. I
offline.
am.
Why are you doing this? Why are you so stuck up on this education thing?
Now, let me tell you what Gogo didn't show you. The thing that Gogo did not show you.
Please tell me.
We're listening.
Tell us.
Growing up, my dad left the country very early. I think at about 3. So I had to go and stay with my grandma because mom was working then and going to work and coming back. And only me being in the house was a bit difficult. So I had to go and stay with my grandma. I think I came back to Benin. I left him for my grammar school in Saple, JSS. I was going to JSS too, so I came back to Benin. And my mom took me to Lydia at Saple at Oko.
Okay.
Then I did the common entrance to enter JSS 2.
All right.
I didn't know anything then. I couldn't read. I couldn't read anything. Nothing. I could not read a single thing. So they told my mom to go to Saple Road, that is Lydia Primary School at Saple Road, and probably maybe start in Primary 5. And I did that Primary 5 exam. I still could not read anything.
Wow.
So I tried the Primary 4. Primary 4 still didn't work. And I still go to Primary 3. I'm like, okay, now you're going to make me run away. Yeah, I'm not going to Primary 3. But after much talk, I was told to go to Primary 4. So I started in Primary 4.
Oh, wow.
And my first result, we had 34 in the class. My first result was 32 out of 34.
34.
Yeah.
Wow.
You see Uncle Kefe now, Uncle Kefe. No, I didn't know it was 32 out of 34. The 2 people that I passed in the class, they were driven for school fees, so they didn't write exam. Funny. You guys,
I can imagine.
it was actually 32 out of 32.
Oh, wow.
My second term result was 15 out of same 32.
Oh wow.
That's an improvement.
Does it mean that 15 or 17 other persons?
Did not come to school.
No, they came.
Okay, bless God, hallelujah.
They came, not that they came. So, the third term, my Uncle Joe, late of blessed memory, and I said, if you can make top 3, I'll buy you a video game.
Oh.
I'm like, top 3.
Motivation.
I will do it.
I needed a video game.
I can remember Sega, Nintendo, or there.
Yeah, the one you put cartridge inside.
Sega.
That's it. It's not
She won't
Nintendo.
understand.
I don't know it, but I think, okay.
So-
I know of PS5s and stuff, but okay.
Nah, there was no PS then. It was the Sega game.
Okay.
And I had to read. And my teacher said to me at the end of the term, your result is between first and third.
Oh.
I was like, I don't care if it's third. I don't care if it's third. I just want
That's
that
so
video.
inspiring.
From 15.
I just want that video game. But what I want to say is the backstory I don't say is I have an auntie of mine who was in Lydia then.
Okay.
Auntie Betty Nogodare, who insisted I had to repeat.
Oh, wow.
That was the only way. And I got up my 5. I was second, I got up my 5. I was first throughout in primary 5.
Wow.
Then I went to one of the greatest school ever, Federal Government College. Yeah, I know you guys don't like that.
One of the greatest school ever.
Ever.
It's okay.
Yeah, FGC worry. So I have had people in my life who has insisted, who had made conscious effort to make sure I turn out the way I am
You are
today.
now.
I've had many challenges in life. So coming to the system and seeing children like me who don't understand that you have to do it right first of all. That when you do it right, then only you can become somebody in this society. That even with these flashes of wealth and everything, for you to become someone in the society, you have to do it right. So it's personal for me when I see people, or in code, a system that is being shortchanged for those that are working hard.
Right.
So I am really against any form of malpractice. I don't. It is sad that it's the adult in the room who are making this.
These
who are
things
doing this.
happen.
Yeah, the adult in the room. Everybody wants to make money in the system. So it's sad. But for me, my story is the reason why
You're so
I am so
passionate.
Passionate about
it. I am so
education.
passionate about it. It's
Speaking
science.
about the adults in the room, we were even going to come that way. So we noticed that money for grades is very common,
Very common.
even from the primary basic level of education. And so we are wondering, why exactly from your, like I always say, from your expert point of view, why has it gotten so common? And it gets worse over time. You see people, even in the private sector, people go on to their children's class teacher and say, oh, make my child carry
make them carry
first. I'll give you
this, that.
And I'm wondering,
Recently, even a parent came to an exam hall to write
for
the child.
Yeah, I heard that one.
I'm
It was
really
shocking.
curious.
It was really
The
shocking.
father was even a medical doctor. I was so the man is
Why?
a medical doctor who wants to train another medical doctor who cannot even write basic examination.
Imagine.
That is the first O-level exam the child is supposed to write.
Imagine that.
And we've not heard if that man has been jailed or anything. Nothing like this.
Imagine.
But it is for I would say this, that the system is as a result. The system comes from the home.
Yes.
True.
Values are learnt in
In the home.
Yes, that's
before
very
a child
true.
goes out to do anything, values are learned.
Yes, the family.
When there is a default in the values in the house, these people grow up to become adults. And when they are, what do you expect when you don't have what? If I give an example, I have had children go and write an exam and call Oversabi.
So if you don't want to cheat now, you are Wasabi.
Yeah, I called Oversabi. Yeah, during my last graduation, I gave my children 10,000 naira because they made me very proud. I don't want to mention school here because they made me very proud. But it's sad when you see. First of all, when we were growing up back in the days, we used to have position in our. That is how you are judged.
Yes, that's how you know that, okay, you are doing well or you're
I
not
can
doing
tell you
well.
for a fact today, 95% of schools in the country can't put position.
Yes,
I dare them to do it.
Yes, they can't.
Because they can't explain to the parent.
Yes.
So they just put a grade B, a grade C.
Excellent.
Yeah, everybody's on
You see,
grade A and grade B now. So you dare not fail the child because the parents are paying huge amount of money. And the child feels, what are you going to tell the parent?
They come to shout on you.
Yeah, because you allow it to happen.
Yeah.
I've had an incident, I don't want to mention it yet. Someone came to me and asked me, why did my child not do well in the exam? And I
Can
said,
you imagine?
And I said, your child is not the only one that wrote the exam.
Okay.
And it's not compulsory that everybody must pass. I wish everybody
Would
would pass the examination, but that's how it is. So if you cannot even tell the parents the true position of the child, but what then are you going to give excuse for? And because of this hurry to get to school, everybody want to get to university
Yes.
and become somebody or have the certificate. schools are making it so easy.
They just collect money.
I no longer, I don't want to sound as if maybe because I'm in the system, I can't call names and stuff like that.
Yes, we understand.
But I no longer judge people based on certification.
Because it could have been just, it could have been
I no
bought.
longer judge people based on
It really could have been bought.
In your own opinion, would you rather say it's because of maybe the poor pay of some of these teachers that they just want to just let these kids?
The teachers are even the ones starting the business. You can't come to my school and do my practice in my school, irrespective of your pay.
Oh, wow.
You can't do that. So the management has to allow it happen.
Yes.
Yes.
And the management is not hungry now.
True.
The management is not
That's
hungry.
true.
So if it's not that because the management is getting poor pay, that is why he's doing that. He is scared that you can only give what you have.
You've not given these children knowledge. They can't
You can only
produce
give what you
anything.
have. And if your child can't go and write exam, and you want to keep having children in your school, what then do? You have to find a way to make sure that the result is there.
Yeah.
So you can keep on bringing the
That you can keep bringing the student in.
And you can keep making more money.
There are schools in this town that don't have 100 students, but they can enroll 150 students in WAEC.
And everybody will get A's.
Yeah,
exactly.
A's.
Yeah, if I cannot
Everybody
attend
gets
your
A's
school,
and B's.
if I cannot attend your school from GSS1 to SS2, what am I coming to do in SS3?
Just come and write.
Just to come and write exam
Come
and
write
pass.
exam. So it's the society we live in.
And I think most of those schools is where they call the special centers. And it has to be
As well. So we've discovered over time that, there are low scores in examinations these days. And what do you think is the reason for that? Why do you think these external exams produce low grades? Aside those ones that do special center now, those ones, they get good results. But those other schools that do not indulge in, these malpractices don't do so well. What do you think is the reason for this?
No, I think some children do extremely well.
Okay.
I'll give an example of what happened in JAM last year in Edo State. To be specific, to be specific.
Okay.
In Edo State. JAM didn't release Edo State result immediately.
Yes, true.
Those who were above 220 were not released. They were made to write the exam again.
Really?
They were made to write the exam again.
Oh, wow.
And the conversation we had was the scores in Edo State were extremely very high.
Oh, wow.
Scores in the state were extremely very high. So
Legitimately high?
Legitimately high. I will give that to the state. I think JAM has, to an extent, limited
malpractice.
Yes.
to a certain level. I think
That's
kudos should be given to them. I don't want to come here and say, however, the system is bad and the rest. No, kudos should be given to those who have done
well, yes.
Who have done well.
Wow.
And just the same way we've had almost a 70% of students below 200. We've also had children who have gone above 300.
Yes.
In my time, it was unheard of for you to score 300 in JAM.
That's true.
Now children are doing 360.
You get 200 and the street will celebrate you.
Yeah, I see scores of 98 in chemistry, 98, 100 in maths, in physics too. Yeah, in physics. I think English is even, a lot of them are struggling and stuff like that. So, the numbers are falling, but they've also breaking barriers. Children they are breaking barriers every day now. So, but the reading culture, generally, like I said earlier, it has gone down because distraction. How do I put it now? Greed is also everybody wants to make money. So generally, there is a lot of distraction that leads to children not wanting to read. When there is no emphasis on, and because of the society we are not, I don't want to say the entire world, peculiar to our own situation. When you come out and you can't even get a good job, to pay the rent, to pay the bills. So you start asking yourself,
why did you go to school?
Why?
What was the essence of
this thing? So
societal pressure too.
A lot of pressure. As in, at times I feel for this generation.
Honestly, it's not
At
easy.
times I feel for
It's
this
not easy.
generation.
The pressure to, sometimes even academically, the pressure to do better, because you come online, maybe during convocation time, you see people bagging certificates.
class.
And you'll be asking yourself.
Best graduate
After they finish bagging those certificates, in like a few months' time, you see them abroad with their masters, and there's that advancement over and over and over. So the pressure is actually a lot, honestly.
Some person's story is just so smooth.
Yes, that's true.
It's just so smooth.
It's so easy and so
it's
smooth.
just so
And in this generation, you start asking yourself, but I've been studying book now. When I was in primary school, I used to carry first.
Let's
I used to carry first in primary school.
You guys used to be in the system.
Yes, true. That's very true. That's very true.
So, the truth is, if your principle and your contentment growing up is faulty, you are in for trouble in this present environment.
So, sir, there's this trend of double promotion. Some of us, honestly, maybe some being in this generation, maybe I also have enjoyed it a bit.
Okay.
The trend of double promotion. From primary 4. He or she is very intelligent. Take him to primary 6 and push them to JSS1.
Right, the common entrance of primary.
We really want to know what your opinion is on that, because some people argue that it's very good
for
while
them.
some say no, let
don't do it.
them. I think I don't
Like your
did that
story
this
now.
month.
Yes.
This term rather, that they
You have to
brought
be
out
of
a
certain
publication.
age
Exactly.
And
to
even
go to
JAM also did it, that you need to be of a certain age to
get
get
to
into the
university.
university.
Yes.
So really, what's your opinion on that, sir?
I think JAM have scrapped that one now.
Oh wow, they
Yeah,
did.
They have scrapped that one. Yeah, the pressure on JAM was
That means
massive.
even maybe it's even the big shots that even send their children to school early.
Yes,
The
I
big
wanted
shots send their
that.
children to school, let's say at 15, 16. So the JAM can't do that.
Yeah, so
Oh,
I
wow.
think the pressure was massive on them. So I always knew they were going to fold. I knew they were going to fold because you will be taking close to about 500 to 1 million students off the calendar of those who are due to enter school.
Wow.
So I think it should have been a fundamental correction, which they didn't do. Hold them at the junior classes.
Okay.
You can't get into this class unless you are a certain age. I know of unity schools. You can't get into unity school if you are not above 10.
Yes,
you can't enroll there.
Okay,
sir.
you do your hand like this.
Yeah, because now they do
know
NIN.
enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now there's NIN, and you cannot get
Fake
into.
your, you can't even fake your
if you
age
can't
on
do
your
it,
NIN.
So there is a fundamental correction at the foundation at the unity school. But coming back to why children they are extremely very smart kids.
Yes,
They are extremely
very
Yes.
smart. Yes.
Talented kids.
I actually supported the decision by government, but a bit of a modified way, in the sense that you have to create who decide, the committee to decide this is a smart one.
Okay.
Because if I have a child who is extremely very smart,
You can't just
keep them down.
at home.
you can. It's going to root.
I think
It grows beyond.
their mind need to even be challenged, because if you have a child who is doing basic 6 work in basic 4, leaving that child there is
way ahead
curbing
of his
that
peers.
child. Okay,
True.
He struggles with his peers. At times it's like, why am I here? Because he's done with the scheme already. So, but you have to create a committee to decide, okay, he's a genius, he's very smart, he can go to the next class. But I will give you an example with why I was in favor of government imposing the age limit. The reason being that you have children now who are 13, 14, who are in SS3.
Yeah, it's true.
done with secondary school.
They can read and pass exam, but logically they are not
They are
there.
not, they are not mature enough.
When the questions
Psychologically?
becomes logical, then you start asking yourself, you're that smart, how do you not know this?
No survival
The
techniques.
cognitive ability is not of the same. So, but we have to give it to some that are very, very smart.
Okay.
Now,
But don't you think that they could homeschool these kids before sending them to the university? Say a kid at 14 is done with SS3, for example. You can keep them at home, homeschool them,
Let them learn
and then
skills,
let them
life
learn
skills.
some things, before you allow them go to the university at 16. That's the premium. That's the limit, right? Don't you think that works?
Okay, so let's take for instance a child is at home for 1 year. He goes and learns skills. You've created a distraction for that child.
The child might not want to love
An academic
You've created a
distraction.
distraction for the child. Hence the reason why at times it's okay for him to learn the skills side by side.
Not
Okay, so when
But
he learn a
to
skill.
pause that child and say, go and learn skill for 1 year.
Yeah.
What if he decides not to come back to school?
that's a
and-
factor.
It's a major distraction because you see the school calendar is created in such a way that Monday to Friday is busy. Even the holiday, the short holidays you give to them, when they come back, they're not the same.
Yes.
Yes.
The short holidays you give to them, they come back, they're not the same.
Even mid-term break
Mid-term
alone,
break
they go
alone.
home and
And
come
the
back,
child-
and
it takes time
you
to
start
adapt
asking,
again.
did I not teach you?
I give you assignments. Though.
Yeah. So I am not. Let the child go through the process. I think it's not even on the side of the government. It's parental issue.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not the side of the government. I won't want to come to you and tell you I want to promote your child. I want to give your child double promotion.
Yeah, true.
Well, I want him to go through the process.
through the
because
process, yes.
He's going to pay school fees.
You
through.
pay my money, money for me.
I
Well,
would like
that's
come to you
true.
and tell you I want him to go and just leave. No, parents sees their friends' kids who are in university already. They say, my child has
want
to
the
go.
same.
My child has to go. And you don't even care if your child is that smart.
If your child is intellectually capable.
Yeah, so that is how it goes.
It's okay.
So,
But
sir,
you just said earlier that you jumped class, so you also.
I could have been part of the geniuses, you know. I finished secondary school at the age of 14.
Wow.
Yes,
Good
I finished
life.
secondary school at the age
Wow,
of 14.
you should have waited 2 years now.
I finished secondary. I was in primary. I was in S01 at 8 years old.
Really?
Yes, I was in S01 at 8 years old. Yeah, which was not really because of being academically smart. Nobody there has to take care of me.
So, sir, would you actually say there are cogent changes in the educational system
I didn't get that.
so far? Would you say that there are changes in the educational system as at way back our time and now?
Yeah, the system has changed. I worry for teachers that are still thinking of the
A cake
conventional.
Old.
Yes,
In the old days.
You have to have an hybrid system to teach this generation. Of,
Yes.
And sometimes when you're teaching them, you give them, or when they ask you a question, and when you don't know the question as a teacher, then you give it to them as a take-home assignment, while going back to make your own research.
I don't always like giving a child something I don't know. Why would I want to give you something I don't know? I like to give you something I know the answer to. I don't want to give you something. The child is doing the teacher's work. The teacher can go and find out the answer.
The answer.
When you get the answer, no,
No,
that
now
is
there's a place for a child going to upgrade on their
Research.
intellect on their own. Research.
with
Thank
what you know. How do you tell a child to go and research on something you don't
You don't
know?
even know as a teacher. Okay.
Yeah, so you have to know something. You want your child to know that same thing.
I
So
think
you tell the child, go and do your research.
In education, one good quality of a teacher is wealth of knowledge. You do not
Yes.
ask
The
questions
ability,
that
yeah.
you do not know.
Yeah, but the teacher doesn't know everything.
True.
So
True.
it's okay to say, give me some time.
Yes,
go do
I'll
some
get back to you.
research.
That is where some persons do make the mistake of abstractly teaching a child.
Abstractly
Yeah,
teaching.
you are. It's okay for the child to know. I don't know it now, but I'm going to get it for you. And you come the next day, or maybe a couple of minutes or this thing after you have done your research, and like, oh, this is it. The child respects you because he knows you.
So if you politely tell the child like you don't know it,
Yes, you can.
you know everything.
You can't know everything.
Telling the child you know everything, he's going to come for you.
In fact, you are training that child
to
to
start to
have
make
that
more research.
notion.
Yeah.
to strike you.
I know everything also. But if a child sees that my teacher doesn't know everything,
Yeah.
so I can also learn more.
Yes,
you
and
are
they want
telling
to
the child
impress
that
you too.
every day we are learning. You learn
Tell you
every
to go and
day.
read your book.
Yes.
There are things I've
Study.
not taught you.
Yes.
That you might see there.
Yes,
We both can teach same subject.
and they'll come out very differently.
And the kids get two different
Perspectives.
perspectives to
Yeah.
it. So
Yes,
you
true.
cannot know it. You cannot even say you know it all. But when it's too frequent, when they ask you questions in your feed,
That proves
and you
that
don't
you
know
don't
it,
know
and
anything.
then that is a problem. That is a
For
problem.
you,
They
That
begin
proves
to
that
doubt
their teacher does not know anything.
your ability immediately.
Interesting.
But yeah, coming back, so like he asked, what are there any cogent differences between your time and now? You already stated one that there's advancements, there's technological
Yes,
advancements,
and
where,
it's a good thing.
and it's a very good thing.
Yeah.
But are there
Yes.
any other differences between education in the educational system generally?
That I used to, from the one we see.
Yes,
now.
Yes.
Aside the technological advancements, are there any other differences?
That is a disadvantage.
Yes, that's
I would
another
love to
thing.
know that.
No, let me first start with the
The
advantage
advantages.
with the disadvantage
Okay.
before coming to the.
Okay.
A friend said a word to me recently, and I kind of agree with him. The education system, as we know, the conventional way of going to school.
Yeah.
is going to a station.
Yeah, surely.
That's true.
It is.
Anyone who is not having this hybrid mindset, if you want to have the traditional school
It's going to
of children coming to school, they will
7
write
a.m.
exam,
go home by 4. They write the exam.
you are facing a serious, just a danger ahead because the system have changed. Now, here's how it goes. I'm from the old generation.
Yeah.
And for me to adapt to some of my kids, because you need to adapt. They are also adapting to you, but you also need to adapt.
Yes.
There are things I know that in norm I don't have any business knowing.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
What's your business with TikTok trend?
Because,
Why?
I'll give you an example.
Why do you care about that?
Yeah, I'll give you an example. I think not quite long ago, I think they were doing party in the school, and I was using my phone to play music. And they came to me like, can you just disconnect your Bluetooth?
Please don't bother.
So
You're not playing our kind of music.
Yeah, I did. Because when I was playing music, I noticed everybody was seated, and I was feeling the music.
I get that a
You
lot
were
too.
enjoying yourself.
Yeah, I get
that a lot too.
Vibe.
I was getting the vibe. And I took a switch off my Bluetooth and they connected theirs. And everybody...
The energy will just switch.
Bing, 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 bing.
Energy will just
They're
switch.
like, man, I am old now. I am an old man now. So it's a bit different now.
Yeah.
But as a teacher, you must adapt. That's the word I keep using all the time. You have to adapt. You have to understand where they are coming from.
Yeah.
It's not all my way. This is how we used to do it. Change is the only thing that is constant.
Very,
So
yeah.
you have to for understand things have changed. If I come into, I want to get a child to listen to me. I want to for be in that child's environment. I want him to understand I can come to your level. I can understand you. At times they come in and they talk about the what's the Korea boys now?
Drama, fine
The
kid.
K-drama, Lee Min Ho, and all of that.
They have the stickers around. So you have to understand first. They talk about the purpose feedies, the Afronitas, and the rest. You have to for be in their environment.
You've already adapted. Because as you're already saying it,
Yeah, at times I look at myself like I'm probably maybe there's
now a
there's a
blend.
blood of disease on me.
You deserve a badge. I'll give you a badge.
I'm telling you.
Partial Gen Z.
Yeah, I have the mixture of the Gen Zs.
That's nice.
This is not so. There's a lot of changes, and schools have to do more in order to adapt to these kids. It's not all you have to go to the way we used to be, the way things used to be. No, there are things you need to adapt to. There are teaching aids that you need to. There are more of a bit of. I don't enjoy the freedom, but you have to loosen it a bit. When we are growing up back in the days, is a single teacher can tell the entire school to keep quiet.
So, and everybody will go.
Because there will be consequences
when
if
the
you don't.
teacher is coming from down, from
Everybody
upstairs,
keeps- it's
everybody
mostly
knows
from
what's
downstairs.
happening. Mathematics teacher.
He's there.
I had a teacher that I didn't know his name from JSS1 to SS3.
You didn't even know his name.
Years after school, I didn't know him by name. I only knows him by Uncle Mas. That was the only thing I know. It took me years to know his real name. Because it's the society.
Yeah.
But now I have kids who will come to me early in the morning and say, Uncle K, how you doing? How's your night?
Exactly.
I say, I'm fine.
It's closer.
Back in the days, I go and meet my uncle. How are you doing?
You will collect.
Bring that one.
Bring that rubbish.
Well, yeah, say you come to your teacher and say,
You wouldn't even have that
How are
thought.
you?
saying your teacher back in the day, you just start running. Irrespective of
You don't even know if you've done something
if
wrong.
you have done it, yeah, you just start
Or
running.
if they tell you come to the staff room,
Exactly.
Finish.
but now they kindly walk to the staff room.
Nobody
Yeah,
they come and say hi to you.
Say hi.
I have a kid who is, how are you doing? How was your night?
Oh.
I was like, I'm fine. How are you? You say, I'm fine. She has a conversation with you. It's okay now, but you have to learn to draw the line. There are times you need to no, you can't. You have to be there.
Reduce
You have to be
familiarity.
But they understand because a teacher have a voice and a face.
Yeah, it's true.
There's two weapons the teacher uses. It's not even they can. It's the voice and the face. The student knows when you say go, and it's like, Uncle, please.
Yes.
You also understand when you say go.
And he's like, I'm good.
And he knows that conversation.
I have to
will end.
go now.
Yes.
And so those are the qualities that teachers must possess now, because you can't pick a child and just start flogging the child.
Yes,
No,
yes.
things have changed. We used to live in that area. I was in there, but over the years, like say, like the math teacher, they say, now I've become a.
You're the cool kid,
You're cool.
math teacher.
You're the cool math teacher.
There is a line.
I used to teach maths. I used to be a cool math teacher.
too much.
So, okay, sir. Now, let me ask you. In our time, the way to discipline a child is usually by punishment or
Corporal
cane.
punishment.
Now, in this era, as a teacher, if you can, in fact, I was saying, a friend of mine who was teaching in one of the big schools in Port Harcourt, he actually shouted on a child and they sacked him. What is actually your take on this? He was sacked.
Parents are angry
So
when you
the
beat their
discipline.
kids.
And what the teacher said, like now, like that was the child of the Commissioner of Works then in Rivers State. Like, why would you shout on this child? But the child did wrong.
No, but the point is this: you cannot. As society changes, as things changes, you begin to you have to adapt.
You have to
I don't think
adjust.
any of us enjoy being flogged.
No, we didn't.
We didn't. True. Let's not lie. We actually did not like to be flogged.
Yeah.
But a child has to understand that
All right.
for every action there is a reaction.
Yes.
For every action there must be a reaction.
Yes.
So how do you react becomes the issue. The reason why cane is being taken away from the teacher is not because they don't think the child should be disciplined.
Okay.
Some persons go overboard.
Okay.
And the teaching work is that difficult.
Yes.
To be a teacher is
I
not.
can
It's not easy.
It's not an easy
We
thing.
can relate.
Yes, I can relate.
We can.
You come into class and you have like 20. As a parent, you have 2 kids in the house and the 2 kids are giving you headache.
How much we're having
So you
tweets.
have
you bring
25 of
20.
them in your class.
It is well.
And one person is repeating
Same action.
the same
Stressing
action.
you.
Repeated.
And doesn't want to learn.
Yeah, so the hunger at times is an issue. But how do you moderate it is what the government would have looked towards rather than just say this thing. But the law is the law. You can't change it.
In order to moderate, I know in other countries they run the detention method.
Detention. Think about
and
your life.
My school tried to do it when I was in secondary school, where you stay after school.
Yeah.
And so that thought of my mates have gone home
And then
I'm
you're
alone
still in school.
I have to still do schoolwork. I feel like that's another way to actually.
There are many methods.
Yes.
The
There's
teacher have to stay with the
psychology.
child, right?
That's
Yes. Yes.
That's the teacher was asking. You know, when I was in secondary school, I was like, oh, okay, this is so cool. But not that I am a trained teacher myself. I'm like, me, I will stay with you. I beg,
Yeah, for
go,
1 hour.
go to your house,
And
please.
the child is going to sleep. You're just going to lie down.
Yes,
Okay.
and then you sit down there and you're
And you
staring
will
at
be
the
observing.
child.
It's different. We're in different environments, and because we're in a different environment, their way of doing things cannot always be the same with us.
To adjust.
But there have to be a modification. That is
Of our
always
method, our
of the
disciplinary
method. You can't
methods.
just come and say, okay, nothing's going to happen, because there are kids that will take advantage of it.
Yes.
That's true.
There are
True.
kids that will take advantage of it. I tell people all the time that this generation are smarter than us.
Yes.
Exactly.
They are more manipulative. They sense it quicker than us.
Yep.
Very.
You get my point now?
Their emotional intelligence is
smart.
higher.
Very
Back in
smart.
the
Their
days,
IQ.
only daddy coming to the house alone keeps the house quiet.
Yes.
Not easy is daddy coming or the sound of daddy.
sound of
Daddy
daddy's
coming
sound,
from your
true.
father. It keeps everyone
I
quiet.
can't relate though. I love my daddy so much. My daddy comes in and I'm even happy to.
Yes, you guys are the one.
Your generation.
I can't relate though. I don't know. Why are you afraid of your daddy?
I don't think any of us growing up, they had daddies who
I touched my daddy's head. Oh,
wow.
Your daddy.
Your daddy is a Gen Z.
I can relate.
Why are you afraid of your daddy?
Yeah, no, not really afraid.
Yeah,
But you understand he has certain principles, and it scares you at times. What have I done? Have I gone against his principles or his rules? So you don't even know when you are undeclared.
Yeah.
So that is how it is.
Okay. So recently, in recent times, they've inculcated this Montessori tutoring method into our schools. A lot of schools are not embracing it. Let's not forget that.
And then even some schools that they don't even have the Montessori training, they call themselves Montessori.
Let's just that one for
that was today.
So do you think that these Montessori methods, is helping the educational system? Do you think it's bringing an improvement to the educational system aside the way they talk?
No, let's start with that.
Okay.
You judge someone by appearance first of all.
Okay.
Before you start tapping the inside. If a child comes to you and speaks so well for an interview, does that child wins your heart?
Yes, true.
Okay,
yes.
so that means it's working. It's working.
I think even in their handwriting, you see them write. They write a certain way. They speak a certain way.
Yeah.
Even the regular subjects that are taught in other schools, in Montessori schools, they are taught it in
a different
very
way.
different way. That's that these children are learning hands on. Well, like you said, it's
But
different.
at times it's the packaging.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the packaging. That's why I said when a child comes to you and speaks so well, it wins your heart. So you are for convinced, like, okay, this is a very smart school.
Yeah.
So there is the plus side of it. Not long ago, I have a friend who was coming to Nigeria and said, "Man, I'm scared. I am scared because when I come in and my children start speaking in certain ways,
How would they
this one
adjust?
just came in
from this."
Yeah.
And I said to him, I said, "Don't bother,
don't worry.
don't bother."
We have children that are here.
Every kid, our kids speak
speaking that way.
Yeah. So you won't even know. You all will just blend in normal and it's normal. So there is the plus side. But the point is, what are the substances that follows?
Yeah.
It's not just the speaking
Yes.
and how the dictions and so on and so forth, which is very nice. But what follows? If there is substances, if there are in-depth teaching that follows, then it's a good thing. No, learning is such a way that it can't go one way.
Yes. True.
It's fluid.
It can't be one way. It's in different form. So the Montessori, I don't have issue with those who are doing the Montessori, though we understand some are just for the packaging sake.
Okay.
They just package the English speaking side.
We have
Right,
diction
right,
teachers.
right.
So, but it's a good thing. I'm not against it. It's a good thing.
So, sir, there's this conventional thought that school must start by 7.
Yes,
and
and close
4.
by.
I don't know.
True, then
Do you
let's-
agree? Because I feel like people the brain it works in a certain way. So
Always very
if
active in the
people,
morning hours.
long.
Yeah.
it's too long, it starts too early.
The kids get tired.
They get tired, they get bored. Like you said, these children are active.
By
this
12
generation,
noon, they are tired.
they're
of that.
tired.
They
They're
don't want to learn
tired.
anymore.
They want not just. They're even bored of that environment, and so they really want to. I'm curious. What's your opinion on that?
If you notice, you complain because, like I said earlier, the Gen Zs, you guys are.
Sharp.
You guys want solution quickly.
But we
You
can
want-
do more with that time. That's just true.
Yeah,
we
but
can
at the
do
same
so
time-
much more with that time.
At the same time, the school we are in, I think professionals sat down like, okay, let's do it this way. I said earlier to that, I said the system is changing.
Yes.
And school is no longer just for theoretical learning.
Yeah.
There are schools today that when by 1 o'clock they are done with their theoretical work and they're in practical work.
Okay.
Tailoring.
Yes,
So
bringing
there are
back all of that,
skills
skills
acquisition going
acquisitions.
on in the school.
Okay.
So, but for those who have not understood that they have to move to a more hybrid setting, there's a struggle because I don't want my 3 years old going to school till 4 o'clock.
Exactly. Like,
What is he
What are
going
you
to learn?
doing
He
there?
comes
What's
back,
so
he's so
fast?
tired. Then somebody load him again with another
Home lesson.
that he has to do. No, I don't want that one. So
Okay, sir. Now, comparing our own times and now, there's this thing we used to do then that always going for not excursions. We're always going for
Competitions.
debate, yes,
Yeah.
competitions. I remember then all the cowbell and all the mathematics competitions. Now you tend to have team then, whereby they all come together to read. Now, bringing it back now to this era. Most of the times, I can't even remember the last time I saw that maybe a school is going out for a mathematics competition or this, thereby building a team. Now it's more like an individual thing. Would you really say that there was a big gap or a big break compared to then, well, when students were going for competitions.
Yeah.
As a team,
No, the competition still exists.
They still have that.
as
Yes,
active
they
as
still
when
do.
It still exists.
I think now it's even better because people they are
Kabe still
abroad.
exists.
Yes, bigger and better.
Kabe has even taken it further now to start going to schools.
going to school.
Kabe
Yeah, Kabe goes to
Wikipedia.
your school. Yeah, Kabepedia comes to your school and pits your students against themselves.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
that's
and
nice.
keep the top three.
Interesting.
Yeah, there is Olympian, there is there's a lot of competition going on. But the point is this: if your school doesn't have standard, if all you showcase outside is the packaging,
And you find uniform.
why would you
English.
want to put your children?
In a competition, go and disgrace themselves.
What are they going
They'll
to do?
disgrace themselves. They'll
They'll
And
disgrace
disgrace
you.
the school.
Disgrace you too.
Imagine
That
going
one
to a
self-joined.
competition where the big school
Yes.
are flawed easily by one of these mosques.
By one of those backyard schools.
Yeah, so they don't want to even put some certain children in that light. But there's a lot of competition going on. My only issue with it is the reward for this competition.
Not encouraging at all.
It's nothing to
Compared to the
recommend.
effort they put in.
Effort that's
so-
put
do
in.
well.
But we still have a lot of competition. I think
Okay.
Edo State will be. Edo State has a special team created for that, and practically every school in Edo State is on that quiz. Edo State
Oh, wow.
quiz.
That's really
every
nice.
school in Edo State. So
nice.
you cannot say you didn't get the competition.
invite.
They are going to put it on the platform and tell you how you go about it. So yes, a lot.
So
going on.
what would you say? Because looking backward in our time, when a child graduates as the top in the
of his
class
class,
or maybe university, there's usually this big package from the
Yeah, give it
school
to
or from
Reward.
other companies. But now we tend to see a best graduating student of a so-so university being given 5,000 naira.
5K.
Chicken change.
So
It's money.
it will actually not make others to want to read because most of these students can actually get this 5K.
True.
They have the 5K, so why?
Why give them 5K again?
No, but the thing is this. First of all, let's say the intention to give the person a reward for or prize. Thank them for the intention. But sometimes if something that's worth doing,
It's
It's
what doing well. It's
worth
not just the
doing-
thoughts.
it's worth doing well, first of all. But it also boils down to back in the days, like you said, when someone graduates top of his class, he has employment
Immediately.
employment
Tell
opportunities.
you that
True.
there's a job waiting for you.
But there is no job even for the first class student. So
Who wants to employ you?
yeah, so
They
there's
won't
no
tell you
guy.
they want to one. That carry first class.
Because
graduate
they
for
can't
employer.
even pay the first class graduates. They can't pay them.
No, but
quite sad.
you see what I said earlier when I said the system has changed. People still look at education as the tertiary form of education as the everything.
Yeah.
Society has changed.
Yes.
And until we start to lecture our people and tell them things like, how do we remove this stigma from you are not a graduate, so you can't be here.
Yes.
You are not a graduate, you cannot be in our midst and stuff like that. But the man whom you are saying is not a graduate has his keys. His
Yeah.
key that hands him way more than you. So, because we all want to go to school. You have university feed up with students. So everybody
Yes.
comes out with there's first
Yes,
class, there's
first
first class,
class.
there's first class, there's first class.
Yeah.
How many can you apply? How many can you give money to? You want to share money for all of them. But Uniben, they have the numbers of students they have in now
Yes.
20, 30 years ago.
Okay.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, there are persons that after the basic education of GSS3, they went into carpentry, they went into plumbing,
Yeah.
they went into some sewing and stuff like that.
Learning skill.
The what they call it, technical education was crucial then.
Yes.
So, but now you have everybody wanting to jump into this university to come out with certificates
That you are not even
in
going to
areas that you might not. I heard someone say recently, and I respect him a lot, and he said, even the medicine that we hold so high.
Yes, yes.
Is gradually moving into the AI form of
Yes.
So the human resources
like humans are no longer needed.
Yeah, will start reducing in no time, like we see in the banking system.
Yes.
So that is it.
So, I don't know if this is the last, but okay, let me just continue. Anyways, so sir, now people focus more, even schools focus more on entertainment, on what they look like, on their parties, rather than the actual education. You see a school
doing
graduation party,
costume party.
Thank you.
They'll
I
wear
saw one
flowing
recently,
gowns, they'll wear makeup.
I was like,
to do all of those.
Are you envious of what they
No, I am not envious.
No, I'm only asking. I want
No,
to
even
know.
I,
They focus more on
even
focus more on the entertainment.
even I that I am in that in this generation,
There
I
is a
still
reason
find
why
it
you are called a
weird.
Gen Z.
I still find it a little weird.
No, because you are older now. You are getting older.
Okay. You know,
Yes,
I was
you
like,
are
don't they
getting
old?
you are getting older. There are things you did in your time that will look back at like, really?
Yeah.
Sometimes let the children have fun.
So it's okay for them to do the old serene, cars, gowns, makeup.
Let them have fun. Sometimes, see, you see, that's why I said things are changing.
Okay. So we tide
Yeah, in as much as it does not,
affect schoolwork.
no, not schoolwork, does not offend your morality.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let children be children at times.
Okay.
Let them paint, let them dress up, let them have
them
cultural things. Those are what makes them kids. And those are what we complain about as kids, that our childhood was just too
Rigid.
Rigid and
rigid.
boring and
Church
straightforward.
school,
So when you come to school from morning till 3 o'clock and somebody asks you to sit down in one place, only give you a 30 minutes break. If I'm to sit down in this seat for the next 3 hours, after a while I will tell you I want to go.
But you tell your students to
You
do
tell
that now.
us, I'm not
Yeah, so-
doing again.
If you see those activities that is brought in at times, others do it because that is avenue for make money.
Yeah.
That one is
Yes,
don't
exactly,
take that. There's an
yeah.
avenue to make money in that industry. But it's a good thing. Because if you are doing cultural day, for instance, you have kids who comes in different cultural.
Attires.
A lot of us didn't grow up where we can just live from house to house and visit people like that. We all grew up in a house, fenced house, and
Yes.
you can't easily just come out. So school is a place where we interact with people, we interact with our peers. And if education says something that there are 3 groups that are very close to a child or to
Okay.
any individual.
Okay.
It's called the primary group.
Okay.
You have his family, you have his kinsmen,
Yes.
and you have the age group.
Okay.
That's true.
Okay.
They are
Taking
called
this
the
whole-
primary. They are called the primary group.
Yeah.
Now, what influences a child is those 3.
Those 3 things.
Okay.
So, if he learn positively from his age group, that knowledge is something he will need.
Okay. Interesting. All right. So, sir, we've kept you here for a while.
Yes.
I was thinking that you were coming to. I said it when I was coming. I needed Wawa. You said Wawa is a sponsor.
So don't worry.
I needed Wawa.
Our next episode.
I thought gas is a sponsor.
You want gas?
12.5 kg. So,
All right. To tie things up, please, can you say something to those people, those schools, those organizations that engage in all these practices that are causing issues in the educational system?
Exactly.
What do you have to say to them?
If I say anything, it's not going to change what they are going to do.
Oh my goodness, that's
Word.
sad.
Yeah, it's
That's
just
sad.
something. Until the government realizes that the damage that this thing is causing to the society goes beyond just the result. Because there are some of us that we've tasted both sides of
Yeah.
We've tasted both sides of life. But I've come to realize you have to do things the right way. Yeah. And if government doesn't come into this system and find a way to demarcate this value that the people, this money they make from this thing, because there's a lot of money involved in it. The child is a ring work for 150,000.
Oh wow.
And small. So there's a lot of money. So government has to find a way to sort out this thing. If not, it's going to be a difficult one.
All right.
It is well.
All right. Thank you
All
very
right.
much. You've said a whole lot, and we've already tapped from all your wealth of knowledge. And I also want to appreciate my wonderful co-host, Debby of The Good Life, the Ankara Queen, and also the Gen Z baddie in the house, and also our wonderful guest who took out time to be with us. I want to say thank you. And
so
also
much.
appreciate our wonderful sponsors, Ico Gas and Owawa Restaurant, for always standing by us. And I want to tell you to go on all social media platforms, on Facebook, on TikTok, Instagram, and also YouTube, to search for 5 Screens Media. For now, we're going to say bye. We're hoping to have you soon again. Thank you very much, and bye.